Hey everyone! Well, we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we will be talking about Park Lane Jewelry. Park Lane started in 1955 and it has been a jewelry company ever since the beginning, selling necklaces, bracelets, earrings, rings, and it is one of the older MLMs, so they are commonly placed among Mary Kay, Avon, Amway, Tupperware. Unlike paparazzi, Park Lane does price their jewelry relatively high. They are more focused on statement pieces, so higher priced items that you would buy as a one-time thing, focusing on quality instead of paparazzi, which highly likes to focus on quantity. And with that background information out of the way, I would like to browse the Park Lane website with you guys. Okay, so here is the Park Lane website. We have jewelry, a sparkle box, gift card, sale, our company, become a stylist, and host a party. So let's just check out their jewelry. Purchase $60 in full and half-price items to unlock your bonus item. How exciting. So let's look at, okay, we'll just go down to what is trending. It looks like we have bombshell rings for $42, Wonderland necklace, $42, and this bombshell bracelet for $164. Now, I understand that jewelry is very much a subjective thing, clothing, anything in that realm is very subjective. I am not a fan of what this bracelet looks like, and I would absolutely not pay $164 for it. How is that the pink? This is apparently the pink one. To me, that looks brown, but okay. Let's look at the black one. Oh, okay. Weird. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it doesn't change color when I, click on the different colors. The picture does not change. Again, with the amount of money that this company makes, one would think that they would have a better website. So here, we'll go and we'll look at the pink one. Okay, the pink one's okay. The white one's okay. And the black one is probably my favorite, but I'm also not a huge fan of bangle style bracelets. Again, that's just preference. And if you go down, it says complete the look with this willow ring for $128, or the exact same bracelet. Let's actually click on this ring. So you can change the size of the ring, which they only have 2 sizes for this ring. I don't know if they typically get in new sizes regularly. I also am not 100% sure if they consistently put out new jewelry. It seems like because they are a little more focused on higher quality items, that the amount of rotating jewelry is a little less frequent than, let's say, a company like paparazzi, or even the fashion ones where they are constantly changing out styles every week. It seems like they are not changing out styles as often on Park Lane, which is nice to see. But at the same time, these prices are crazy. So this ring is $128. It is a cute ring, but I'll be honest, if I were to see this ring on someone, I would never guess that it was $128. It says statement must have micro pave blush and clear CZs, high polished golden finish, available in sizes 6 through 10. Well, that's not true. All right, let's keep going down. Let's check out the opportunity. Okay, so it says sharing the opportunity. We could watch the video and learn about it. Fashion stylist. Okay, the opportunity. So right here looks like if you are a fashion stylist, you make between 30 and 32%, which is relatively good compared to other MLMs on the market, but I do feel like they are more willing to give a higher percentage back to their reps because the prices are so high on this website. And then if you become a branch director, you get 35%, and you get eligible for the Mercedes car program. So, as always, they pick what kind of car that you are going to drive for the company. You don't get to pick the car. The area leader gets an extra 10% commission with 2,500 personal volume and annual bonuses, and a sales VP gets between 45 to 50%. They get weekly group bonuses, weekly recruiting bonuses, and monthly sales bonuses, and more. All right, let's go down. Okay, here are the starter kits. So the first starter kit is $100. It's called the basic starter kit. It says pay $100 and get $600 in jewelry of your choice. Jewelry is packaged in Park Lane logo boxes. How exciting. The next kit is called the business kit, and it is $229. And the final kit is called the boss kit, and that one is $439. And it says all kits include a 1-year website membership for free. Well, it's not free if it's included in something you're paying for, so it's just included. You get a year's membership included. It's not for free. You get the catalog, you get a style show rewards brochure, style snapshot brochure, and 5 adjustable ring sizers. You really don't get that much with a starter kit, which, I mean, I guess you do get a bunch of jewelry depending on the kit that you choose. And I guess it depends, like, really if you are starting a jewelry business, and now, of course, this is not starting your own jewelry business, but to start your own jewelry business, I guess the only product you would necessarily need is jewelry. So having the rest of this stuff is just added things to me. Having the brochures are just kind of unnecessary, and they're just throwing them in there to make it look like there's more in the box. And then the website membership includes personal Park Lane website. No, it's not, just a unique link. Online order submission, so people can order through your unique link. Access to all online training. I mean, you can get this for free on YouTube. Online invitations. Link multiple orders to shows nationwide, customer shopping 24/7, and real-time reports and stats, which I guess is nice if they give you some sort of analytical things behind the scenes, but, you know, again, this is all nice. Not that exciting, not that special, but, you know, I guess they make it seem like you are truly starting your own business. I scrolled down to the bottom here, and I was just looking at the FAQs, and the first one says, how many shows should I schedule? And the answer is, the average fashion stylist joins our company wanting to do 2 shows a week. You decide how many shows you do weekly based on your income goal and your family's schedule. We like to focus on 5 and 1. This is 5 shows a month and 1 recruit. This simple formula sets up to earn everything Park Lane has to offer. So it's interesting because I feel like when it comes to other MLMs, they usually don't use the word recruit, especially on the website. That's usually only lingo, we'll call it, that people will use in opportunity team calls, things like that. So it's interesting to see an MLM company use the word recruit on their website up in front like this. And wasn't it also up here when they were talking about, weekly recruiting bonuses, which again, you don't see too often on the website itself. That's usually something you have to like go through a side website to get to a side website to get to a hidden link that says the word recruit or says something like this. Now, when it comes to Park Lane Jewelry, unfortunately, they do not have an income disclosure statement public. They also do not have what I could find is a compensation plan through the website, but I was able to find something that someone somewhere on a separate website not related to Park Lane has posted a compensation plan of some sort. This is the compensation plan that I was able to find, and actually looking at the, when you look at the website and up in the top it has the tab, and it looks like the tab says Comp Plan Business Plan 2013. So we were looking at one from 10 years ago, and this has probably changed quite a bit in 10 years, but I think it's a good basis to go off of. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see a little bit better. And it looks like you start out as a fashion director. You get 30% commission, which according to the website, that did seem accurate. And if you want to advance to the rank of branch director, you need to submit a minimum of 4 qualifying shows and sponsor 1 qualifying recruit within the commission dates of a calendar year. So in order to rank advance to just the next rank, you have to recruit within this MLM. Yes, it's only 1 person, but still, you have to recruit. And then we go to the next rank, which you get 35% commission. And it looks like to advance to the rank of region manager, you need to develop 2 branch directors and average 4 personal shows plus 6,000 personal/group volume for 2 consecutive months. So in order to rank advance to the next rank, it seems that you need to have people underneath you who have also recruited, because in order to be a branch director, you had to have somebody underneath you, and in order to rank advance to region manager, you need to have 2 people who are branch directors, so 2 people underneath you who each have 1 person underneath them. And it looks like you can actually, well, what they're calling is double promote to area manager, so you can technically skip a rank if you want to, which you can do actually in a lot of MLMs. If you recruit a bunch of people, you can just skip up to the top, so, you know, very common. It says to advance to the rank of area manager, average 5 personal shows a month for 2 consecutive months, plus 5 qualified personal/group recruits, minimum 2 personal. So you personally have 2 people that you personally recruited, and then you need to have 5 people, I guess, altogether underneath you, which I believe is 1 more person than you would if you needed to rank advance to the rank of region manager. But of course, why not recruit just 1 more person, because then you can get 40 to 50% commission on your sales, and then a good amount of commission based off of overall group volume. And just going forward, as always, you just get more and more things the more you rank advance. And it looks like to get the car program, where is that one? It looks like you just need to be the 2nd rank in the company to be eligible for the car bonus, the car program, the car whatever. I'm shocked they didn't call it the free car, but you get to rank advance and you get opted in to be a part of the Mercedes car program, where they allocate a certain amount. They give that to you every month for your car payment. And of course, if, you know, people leave, you don't make a certain amount of sales, it's not like they take away the car. I mean, I guess they could if they repoed it, because you didn't have the money to pay for the very expensive car payment that it would be, because they just put that off on you. It's not like it's their business car that they're allowing you to drive around. It is your personal car. It is in your name, and therefore if you do not pay this, then it's on you and it hits your credit. So they don't really care. That's where also they can hold you hostage a little bit in the MLM, especially if you have this car. You want to be hitting these numbers in order to keep this car, so that you know that it's paid off, because otherwise, again, it could be a hit to your finances outside of the MLM. It could affect your credit. A lot of things could happen. So that is also why I believe they have these car programs, is in order to keep people in the MLM, keep them invested. But it seems like going forward, the ranks just get higher, the commission gets higher, and the highest rank that you can be is a sales vice president, and you get 45 to 50% commission. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Here we go. Make it smaller. There we go. 45 to 50% commission, sales vice president, and then you get all of these bonuses, which is crazy. Weekly recruiting bonus. I don't know if that, let's see. Monthly recruiting bonus, so that does not start. Oh, nope, it does start. You start to get monthly recruiting bonuses at the rank of division manager. Monthly recruiting bonus, $500 bonus, 10 qualified personal/group recruits, excludes area recruits. Why would it exclude certain recruits? That's interesting. Anyways, we'll go back to the top one. I mean, they just get all these bonuses and recruiting bonuses, 30 qualified people underneath you, and you get a $500 bonus. So they are really highly incentivizing you, giving you money for recruiting. And the video we will be reacting to is called Why Park Lane. So essentially an opportunity call where they will teach us about the most amazing, most fun things that can happen in Park Lane, which I have a feeling surround selling jewelry and, I don't know, maybe recruiting other people, and about all the money that you can make within this amazing business that has been around forever. I just have a feeling they will definitely touch on the fact that it has been around for a very long time. Because as we know, depending on whichever MLM it is, if it's one that started years ago, a few years ago or even a month ago. They will use whatever long-term, short-term, whatever term they need in order to tell people that right now is obviously the best time because fill in blank. So now that we have a little bit of background information about what Park Lane is, let's find out all the reasons why we need to work for this company.
Click on Got It.
Got it.
But those of you who are on our Zoom today, you are the lucky ladies because you're going to get entered to get all the goodies. Okay, do you think we should give everybody just like a few minutes? It's just now 7 o'clock. 1 minute. The 60-second countdown has begun. If you are in our team fall showcase, be sure that you scroll up to the top, click on events, and click on that beautiful event with our national director's face on it, and click on that Zoom link so that you can join us tonight on Zoom so that you can get entered to win all the jewelry. So I'll tell you guys the funny real quick while we're waiting another 30 seconds is I did a style party earlier today and then I rushed in the car. And how many of you have done this where you had 2 different earrings in? Oh my gosh. It's a new trend. I'm just going to tell everybody it's a new trend. Okay, let me see. Oops. Let me see. Somebody has something in chat. Well, so glad that y'all are here with us tonight. Okay, it is 7:02. So without further ado, I want to get this little party started tonight. And I want to start by introducing our amazing national director, Ms. Has actually been in the direct sales industry for over 20 years, for those of you who don't know. And 14 of that, she's been with Park Lane. Yep. And you know, one thing I really, really admire about and Park Lane as a whole, actually, is that she actually began her career here at Park Lane in the field as a stylist, just like you and me. So I love that. Soon after she became a stylist, she grew to become a leader. And then her final destination so far has been with home office in 2019 when she became our incredible national director. And now, while in the field, I will brag on her. She actually was a top leader in team growth.
I'm not surprised to hear that. Somebody that made it to work in the corporate side of the MLM got there not due to how good they were at selling the product, but how good they were at recruiting.
And in team sales with a specialty in helping her organization to advance to all levels. Her true God-given.
I mean, it helps when you started 14 years ago. And I'd say when social media was popping off, but social media has been popping off prior to 2009, 2010. But I will say that was the rise of Facebook, which is where a lot of MLMs still to this day thrive, but definitely back in the day before the anti-MLM movement and before a lot of people were aware of what to look out for. That was definitely a prime way that people were able to recruit and sell their products.
Talent, I will say, is leading the field leaders and executives in the company to succeed and grow their businesses beyond their limiting beliefs.
Interesting how she's saying limiting beliefs. We hear that a lot in the MLM world. So it's not just unique to the newer MLMs. It seems to be adapted throughout every MLM. Doesn't matter if it started 55 years ago, 5 years ago, or 5 months ago.
Fact I want to share about her is that she actually personally represented Park Lane Jewelry on the set of Fashion Police with the late Joan Rivers. So how many of you remember Fashion Police? Oh, I think some people have to mute. Hold on 1 second. Let me mute. We can hear somebody chatting.
Job and like helped her find a babysitter or whatever. And she accepted the job, and the day before she's supposed to start, she went in.
Okay, I found her. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I found her. Hold on, girls. If you're not muted, go ahead and mute if you can. Okay. I think I found her. I think it was Miss Leanne. But anyway, so she represented Park Lane Jewelry on this set of Fashion Police with the late Joan Rivers, which I think is so cool. And she also represented Park Lane on this set of Dancing with the Stars. So she may have to just give us a little more details about that, because I am definitely a Dancing with the Stars fan. I don't know about you guys. I don't think they have that show anymore, but it was so much fun to watch that. In addition to that, and all she does here at Park Lane, she's also a wife, mother of 2 now college kids. And she loves to serve her church and her youth and her community. Finally, she shared that her purpose and passion is helping women realize their ideal life through the vehicle of Park Lane Jewelry. So without further ado, Miss.
I am so thrilled to be here this evening. And I have to tell you, yeah, Dancing with the Stars and Fashion Police with the late Joan Rivers, I will say, is at the tippy top of my super cool things that can happen in Park Lane you never ever imagined could happen. So yeah, that was pretty cool being able to represent the company. But I am absolutely thrilled to be here this evening with each and every one of you. I'm so excited to be able to share a little bit more about why Park Lane is such a smart business right now, why Park Lane is moving and grooving in 2023, and just share a little bit of the why behind Park Lane. But I want to tell you, first, before we get started, if you are hopping on and joining us and you're not muted, probably for the sake of everybody being able to hear really well, if you would go ahead and mute yourself, and then if we need to unmute anybody, we can do that. Feel free to use the chat box as well. That's a great place that if you hear something that you like or if something resonates for you, that's a great time to throw that in the chat there as well. And we can also answer questions as well. But I'm going to share for just a couple of minutes. I'm going to be very, very respectful of your time, because I know that you took time out of where you are right now, whether you are like, carting kids around as a busy entrepreneur and a busy mom, or you have time away from your family right now. And I have the utmost respect for your time. So I am going to be very respectful of your time, but I want to be able to share with you the why behind Park Lane. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you who got on this Zoom for our on-time drawing that I mentioned in the lead up to this, that we would do an on-time drawing. So tell me, how would you like to note who in this on-time drawing?
Well, I, of course, want to just let all of our guests know tonight how much we appreciate them. So
This reminds me of Arbonne so much, how much they gush over how grateful they are for people for taking time out of their day, for sitting here and willing to listen to this. It's like it's the greatest wonder in the world that you're going to sit on a Zoom call. I mean, I do think they should be appreciative that people have taken time out of their schedule to sit on this call and listen to these people rave about themselves, rave about the company, with only somewhat mentioning about the products and maybe the quality of the products, but essentially talking about how amazing it is to work for this business and all of the wonderful things that can happen, all the wonderful things that probably will happen as long as your mindset is positive and as long as you work hard. It's totally gonna happen, even though the chances of that happening are very, very low. And I'm sure if Park Lane put their income disclosure statement out there publicly, it would probably look like every other MLM out there. That's just my guess, because I think that, obviously, I think I will compare them to Paparazzi a lot, probably throughout this whole video, because they're the other jewelry MLM that I can think of off the top of my head. I believe there are other jewelry MLMs. I think Bomb Party is the other jewelry MLM that's on the market right now. But we'll just say compared to Paparazzi, which obviously Paparazzi is $5 jewelry, so their whole thing is sell as much jewelry as they can. Now, obviously, that is also the point of Park Lane, is selling as much jewelry. Well, I say the point is selling as much jewelry. The point is really recruiting as much as possible. But the other point is selling as much jewelry as possible. But the point I'm trying to get at is that a company like Park Lane that has such a high price point, I feel like when people are trying to sell this product, A, it's going to be really hard to get people to purchase things at such a high price point, especially things that are over $100, that's really difficult. And even people that do that, even people that do spend a couple $100 maybe getting 3 pieces, they're probably not going to come back next month and do the same thing. So you're going to need to get out there, and you're going to need to talk to so many people and get as many people as you possibly can to buy jewelry, because you're not going to have repeat customers every single month, because a lot of people don't have that disposable income to be spending on jewelry every single month. And how I see it is that Park Lane is selling statement pieces, so things that can go with every outfit, so you don't need to have a lot of different pieces, like maybe 2 necklaces, 3 bracelets, and 5 earrings, and you're probably good for a very long time, because they will probably talk about how great the quality is of these pieces, which is a good thing. I obviously don't know off the top of my head. I've never bought Park Lane pieces, but I can only hope and assume that the quality is going to be better than the $5 jewelry of paparazzi. But of course they will say that, you know, you buy a bunch of it because it's so cheap, you know, you need to have, well, you don't need to, but they will tell you that you need to have a bunch of it because it's so cheap. It's so easy to just buy $5 here, $5 there. They're always coming out with new pieces, versus Park Lane that has the more staple pieces that are much more expensive. But again, people who are willing to spend $150 on a necklace will more than likely not come back next month to spend $200 on a bracelet. So I feel like, yes, they do have maybe better quality products, but you're not going to have a rotation of the same customers every month. You're going to have to find new customers every single month, and that can be very difficult, especially again at the price point, because especially in today's world, a lot of people do not have disposable income to just be spending $150 on a necklace. So I feel like that's why they will maybe primarily focus on the recruiting aspect, because they will tell people that you will get a discount on the jewelry if you just pay to be a stylist with this company. I say stylist, what do they call themselves? A fashion something? A rep. A distributor. You know, if you pay to be a distributor with the company, then you get a discount on the jewelry. So they will almost sell the opportunity more based on the discount itself, which definitely can be problematic. You know, you claim you're a stylist or a distributor with this company, but of course you are just mainly in it for the higher discounts, and just because you're in it, then you'll have your upline being like, hey, why don't you get your sister involved when they love a discount on this product, and then so on and so forth. So I feel like that's why this company may focus more highly on recruiting, because they get a lot more out of it as a distributor with the discount of the product, because the prices are so high.
What I would love to do is, if you're watching as a guest tonight here on the Zoom call, I want you to go ahead and put 1 in the chat. And then in a few minutes, you know, maybe when you take a sip of water, I'll pull a winner. And then we can congratulate you live here on the Zoom with everybody. How does that sound? So if you're a guest tonight, go ahead and put 1 in the chat.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, is that they're giving away jewelry for people who are able to come to this opportunity call live. So they're incentivizing people to come, which I'm sure is what happened, how they got a decent, I mean, I don't know how many people are on this, but I'll just say a decent amount of people to come to this call and be there live, because people are probably like, hey, if you just come to this, you know, you can be entered to win free jewelry and it's worth this amount of money. It's worth $50, $100. And so they're dangling the carrot, so to speak, towards these potential recruits right away with, look it, we're giving away free jewelry if you show up to these lives on time. But also how I see it is that, you know, for other people who couldn't make it, like obviously maybe they'll watch the replay later because their time is precious and they may not have the free time when they were sitting down to do this call. And so, you know, it's kind of, you can't really say like, oh, time freedom and you get to work this on your schedule, when you are incentivizing people to be on time and be a part of these calls live by giving something to them. So I feel like you can't really have it both ways. But it's an MLM, so of course they're going to try and have it both ways.
And also, if you could also put who invited you on the call tonight, so that we can also kind of give them a rah-rah, because sharing this business is like sharing our favorite Netflix series. Who's excited about what is it? Is it Crystal River? I'm so excited. No, it's not Crystal River. What is it called? Who knows? Who knows what I'm talking about? Is it Crystal River? Now I'm second guessing myself.
Virgin River.
Virgin River. Yes, Crystal River.
Talk about
Thank you, Amber.
Virgin,
Listen, my mind is all set right now on crystals.
on
So-
bling, right? Yeah.
So, all right. So, yes, please comment one in the chat if you are a guest. And then in a few minutes, when needs a little breather, I will pull a winner for our on-time prize. And then we
That
will also
sounds
have
wonderful.
we'll also have our free necklace night giveaway. And so in a little bit, I'm going to put a survey in the chat. And to be entered to win our free necklace tonight for joining, you just have to complete that survey by tomorrow, Wednesday. And our beautiful free necklace gift is going to be, can you even believe that I'm giving away the bejeweled
I don't know.
necklace?
That's what I'm trying to
Isn't that
trying to
isn't that
figure out.
absolutely
Wait,
beautiful?
she's coming.
Okay. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And as I know, some people have put in the chat box that they have gotten knocked off. If you pop back in, if you would mute yourself just so everybody has a really can hear, and we have a good clean recording for anybody who has to watch this in the replay. But as I said, congratulations to each and every one of you that is a guest and that was invited here this evening. If someone invited you to the Zoom this evening, you should feel pretty darn good about yourself. And that is because they saw something in you.
No, they invited anybody and everybody that they could. They invited people because they were told to. They invited people because they needed to make it look like, here's the thing, when you are giving away something for free, you're going to get more people because they're in there for the free thing and not for the opportunity. So it's going to look like people are here genuinely for the opportunity, but I just have a feeling people were there for the potential to win something free.
Maybe you're somebody who had been a guest on a show with your stylist. Maybe you were somebody who was a hostess of ours, or maybe you're just a friend or an acquaintance or a family member. But whoever it is that invited you here this evening, they saw something in you and they wanted to be able to share a little bit more about Park Lane. So that's what I'm going to do over the next couple of minutes. And like I said, I want to be very respectful of your time, but I want to share with you some of the whys behind why Park Lane is such a smart business for women and men in 2023. As I said in the introduction, I've been in this industry, in this business for over 20 years. And my very short story is that when I got started in this industry, I was a mom who had a baby at home. I was super duper pregnant and I wanted to make a little bit of extra money every month. And I wanted to be able to have some adult interaction.
So basically, your story is like everybody else's when it comes to, it's specifically people at the top. It seems like they were either a stay-at-home mom, a wannabe stay-at-home mom, or someone that had no desire to be a stay-at-home mom until they had kids, and then they became a stay-at-home mom. So, as always, it's the stay-at-home mom guilt story of I was home alone, I didn't have any friends, and so I wanted a community, and I wanted to bring in extra income. That's always how they all start.
That was it. That's all that I wanted. I never in a million years had goals and dreams of being in a home office or a national director position. And so that's the really cool thing is that this business can meet you where you are. They can meet your needs. Sometimes it could be something where it's.
I will say, looking at her whole aesthetic here, very pretty, very perfect. Everything about her comes off very perfect and polished. I do really like her shirt, though. Her shirt is something that I genuinely want, which is funny to say because she doesn't sell the shirt, but I am more interested in where her shirt is from than I am about buying the jewelry that she's wearing. And that's probably just me. But also, I mean, I do like her background. It is nice. It's very, like I said, perfect and polished, and I feel like that's just the kind of person that she is, which is fine. But she definitely gives off strong top leader MLMer vibes of just, I'm going to hit all of these points that I'm talking about and make sure to talk up the business as much as possible, and very robotic, I guess.
So one of the things that a lot of people ask me is why jewelry? Well, when you're looking at a business, one of the reasons why jewelry is such a great product is number one, it's simple. We are walking, talking, breathing billboards. The first thing that we do when we look at other women, and you probably all did this too, you started looking at the faces and you started looking at, oh, I like her necklace. Oh, those really cute earrings she has on.
No, actually, I didn't. I weirdly enough just talked about how I was looking at your shirt, and I would like you to tell me where that is over where your jewelry's from. But of course, if you are someone in a jewelry direct sales company, then I guess you are going to be someone who does like jewelry and wants to know where people's jewelry is from and enjoys selling jewelry. I mean, they are right when it comes to that. I'd say they are right that you have to be so passionate and love the product that you're talking about. That does help. But of course, you can convince yourself to like anything. It doesn't matter, and to say why jewelry is simple, anyone could say that about any other product in the MLM sphere. Like they'll say like why like Monet because it's hair. Hair is simple. We wash our hair every day. Why Savvy, it's easy. You put on clothes every day. Why Color Street? Because nails, we could change them up every day. Something like that. You can use that. It's like, it's simple, blah, blah, blah. Even something like Beachbody, where it's more product-based of Shakeology, they'll say like, oh, it's a lifestyle change. Everyone's looking to change up their lifestyle and simplify their life. You can use that towards anything. It doesn't matter. But of course, this is, we are right now in the jewelry world of the MLM sphere, so they are going to focus on that. And I am curious to hear what her rationale is going to be of why jewelry, because it's not a consumable product. They want these pieces to last, otherwise that's kind of a problem. So it's going to be interesting, because I do believe that consumables are probably the best thing when it comes to the MLM world, because like I was saying earlier, it's really hard to convince the same person to buy a $200, even $100 piece of jewelry each month.
Oh, I like Katie's bracelet. And so that's the cool thing about jewelry is simple and it's easy. Now, the other thing about jewelry is that it is in the top 3 gift giving items. Were you aware of that? Did anybody know that it is in the top 3 gift giving items? And it's one of the things that it is the number 1 gift that women give to other women. So overall, men and women, it's in the top 3, but it's the number 1 gift that women give to women. Think about it. We give one another friendship bracelets when we're little. We maybe give a special charm bracelet to a daughter. We pass things down like pearls and earrings. We do things to signify and to commemorate special occasions. So that's the other thing that's really cool. Now, the other reason why jewelry is great is because jewelry truly is a consumable. Fashion is
What? Huh? I mean, I guess is jewelry a consumable? I mean, I feel like for the prices that you're paying at Park Lane, it better not be a consumable. If I am paying over $100 for something, I better get a ridiculous amount of usage out of that product, and it better last me a very long time. Like, I know that if I were to buy a necklace or a bracelet and it's over $100, that is a piece that I expect to last for a very long time, and also a piece that I probably would only pull out on special occasions. So, paparazzi consumable? Yes, because it's so cheap. It breaks and you gotta buy a new one. But something that's, between $50 and $200 price points, I don't really consider that consumable. Unless she must be talking about it's consumable because you want so many different pieces to go with so many outfits. Maybe that's gonna be it.
consumable. I want you to think about it. When you walk into, let's say, your favorite store, maybe your favorite store is going to shop for something cute for summer in Kohl's, or maybe you have a favorite local boutique in your town. When you walk in that store, you expect that there's going to be something new. There's going to be something different each and every time you go in there. So that's why we say that fashion and style is consumable. Women want to update their looks. And fashion stylists will tell you that every single woman should spend 80 to 85% of their wardrobe budget on accessories. So that's going to be things like belts, scarves, shoes, handbags.
All the things so far that you guys don't sell. Belts, shoes, scarves. Shoes I can understand. Shoes I can get behind because, again, shoes are at least practical. Jewelry, and I feel like also with the way the economy is, so many people are cutting back on unnecessary spending. And what is the first thing that goes would be unnecessary spending on accessories. You don't need to have a bunch of jewelry. You don't need a bunch of shoes or clothing. Or you might go to secondhand stores, or you might go online and look for used items and go that way. And also, I just feel like if you're gonna go with like more unique style pieces, because more she may go with that, like, oh, our things are so special and they're different looking, and they go with a bunch of different outfits. Oh, I wasn't gonna say that, but I guess I am going to say that. I think it'd be better to just go on Etsy and get a unique piece through someone who is handcrafting that item themselves. If you are willing to spend that kind of money on something that is that expensive, then I think it should go towards a legitimate small business of someone who is making that item themselves, whether it be out of their home or, you know, maybe they have a small team of people who are doing it with them. Either way, you know that that money is going towards a legitimate small business and not a company that's been around for 65 years. So I think that it's better to get a unique, more expensive piece that can go with a lot of things and something that you view as very special and something that you picked out yourself, especially because when it comes to Etsy, depending on what the item is, you can customize it, have it exactly what you want. And so it's unique to you, and the money's going to a legitimate small business. So where was I going with all that? I'm going to go with what I was saying. I think I was trying to make a point of something else, but I'm still kind of blown away that she's talked about how jewelry is consumable, especially at the price point that they sell the jewelry at. They never fail to amaze me, yet they will use the same sort of words and tactics across every MLM, even if it doesn't apply.
And of course, jewelry. I don't know if you are all familiar with the supermodel Heidi Klum, but Heidi Klum is very, very famous for saying that if she only had $100 to spend on a wardrobe makeover, she would spend it on jewelry. That says something. I also love the quote by Michael Kors. He says that jewelry and accessories are the exclamation point on a woman's outfit. So jewelry, there's a lot of power in jewelry. Now, the really cool thing about jewelry too is that it's little, it's itty bitty. It takes up very, very little space. And so it's something that you can take with you on the go. You can take it to a coffee shop and do a quick little one-on-one with a friend.
You are correct, the jewelry is little and it takes up very little space. But if I have seen, you know, a paparazzi show in my life, which I have, they have so much jewelry that, yeah, it may be little, but when it's that little and you have so much of it, it's overwhelming to look at. So it's easy to fill up the space when things are so little. You're like, oh, look at how much room I have to buy more.
And as you're having your Starbucks, you can sell online. You can do fundraisers. You can sell from the beach. You can sell, you know, from the mountains. You can be on vacation with your family over the holidays, over Thanksgiving, and you can take your business with you.
Wow, sounds like real-time freedom when you're selling, when you're bringing your business with you to sell on your family vacations and at Thanksgiving.
That's the other advantage of having something that is a product like jewelry. In my former business, I was with another company before Park Lane. And in my former business, I sold home decor. And let me tell you what, I live in Fort Worth, Texas now. When I flew home to South Florida for the holidays, I could not take all of my stuff with me. There was no way, but I can do that with jewelry. Now, the other thing that's nice about our jewelry.
Why is it seemingly mandatory to take your business with you? Isn't the whole point of having an online business is that you can show people the items on your phone? Why do you need to have the physical items in front of you? And I understand that maybe to show the quality of the things, it is more beneficial to have the products in person with you. But also, if you are flying home for the holidays, to me that sounds like a vacation and not the time that you should be trying to sell things. But of course, every time is the best time to sell something, because time freedom does not exist in an MLM, as much as they will try and convince you and themselves otherwise.
Park Lane handles all of the inventory and all of the shipping for you. There's no inventory that you have to hold. You don't have to guess what lipstick color people are going to want or what flavor shake they're going to want. You don't have to make deliveries. You don't have to separate deliveries. Everything is packaged.
No, you are right, but I do think that, when it comes to, let's say, a ring size, you do have to worry about that ring not being available. If you are talking to someone, they like a ring that you're showing them, and then they're like, oh, but I want it in my size, and then it's not in their size. Now, that's completely out of your control, because you didn't know that what size they would need and that they'd be out of it. But yet, that is, you lost the sale because of that, versus like if you were hand making your own rings, you know what sizes you have available, and even if you don't have that size, you can make it custom order for that person. You can't do that with Park Lane because it's not your actual business. It's not yours to control. You don't control the prices or the sizes or the inventory or any of that, which I understand why people will buy so much to have inventory with them, because people do like to have control over that. I understand that it is also a good selling point because, you say you don't have to do all this stuff, but a lot of times people do want to have that control because they feel like it is their own business when they have these items and they can ship them to people and they can handle any of the problems, because that is the whole point of having your own business, is dealing with customer service and dealing with shipping and all that. And some people enjoy that, but yet they're taking that aspect away from people because the only thing that they truly are going out there and doing is selling the product and trying to recruit that person.
Sent directly to our customers. So that's one of the things that's really cool about it as well. So that's a little bit.
And also that's not unique to Park Lane. That's pretty much every MLM out there. So the fact that they always seem to bring that up in opportunity calls is you don't have to have inventory and customer service is done for you and they ship it for you. Heard it before, not unique.
About why jewelry as a product, and that's important. But why Park Lane? Hands down, the difference maker in Park Lane is the fact that we have the best programs and the best perks in the industry, hands down. It starts with our customer plan. And one of the things that I love is that we have what one of our leaders has dubbed the trifecta. And that is, we have something for our customers, we have something for our hosts, and we have so much for our stylists. Now, for our customers, many of you are already familiar with this because you have already been part of this mega show. You have already been a part of maybe your stylist shows in the past, or maybe you've hosted yourself. But it's just a refresher. Our customers, 24/7, 365 days a week, we have our customer sale. And that is our 2 and 4 sale. When a customer purchases 2 items at regular price, then he or she can go back into the line and they can choose up to 4 items at 50% off. Now, here's the really cool part. You as a customer or your customers can have those 2 items as their regular price items can be their least expensive items. So for example, from our brand new collection, we have our impression necklaces. I don't know how many of you have seen these, but our customers have impression obsession from oh my gosh, y'all, look at how that sparkles. That's crazy. It is so sparkly. And so one of the things that's really cool is that we have a brand new impression necklace collection. It's a perfect dainty and delicate. It comes in multiple colors. I have it in the red because I have a child that goes to Texas Tech and a child that goes to OU. And then I have the black because my child who goes to Texas Tech, they're red and black. And so somebody could purchase these 2 items at regular price, and then they could go back into the line and they could choose up to 4 more items. They're more expensive items at 50% off. Y'all, this is like walking into your favorite department store, buying 2 pair of socks for your husband at regular price, and then going over to the designer handbag counter and picking up 4 designer handbags for yourself at 50% off. That's what I'm talking about. I am all about that type of for sale and shopping. Now, on top of that, we also do things like our bonus items. With our bonus items, when you spend $90 or more right now, you can actually get not just one, but two $200 items for just $30 each. That's an opportunity to get something like our gorgeous new Chateau bracelet, which is a beautiful quatrefoil bracelet. This is a designer inspiration. It is gorgeous. It is a hinged cuff. It is a beautiful bracelet that's got the oval. It's got that hinged opening. And this is one of those like really, really expensive looking pieces in person. You can get this for just $30, right?
I'll be honest, it looked like maybe a $30 bracelet. So I probably would be like, oh, it's a nice bracelet. It's probably worth $30. Be like, no, it's worth $200, but I got it for $30. I'm like, so it is a $30 bracelet.
Now, you could get two. You could get a silver, you could get a gold. So we have this customer sale. So you have something that you're not having to create for your customers, your friends, your family members, they love it. Now, on top of that, we have our hostess program. Our hostess program is truly the most generous in the industry. And on average, our average hostess is getting in between $400 to $600 in jewelry or more. The great thing that is a difference maker for our hostess program, if you've ever hosted a show before or you've ever...
I had to let my dogs in because they were barking. So if you hear little scuttery scutters and little sniffs, that's just them. So we will continue.
Ever been with another company before is that we don't base our host rewards on a percentage of sales. Rather, we do it on buying customers. Your hostesses get a $20 credit per order, but it doesn't matter how much that order is. It could be one of the impression bracelets. Maybe she or impression necklaces. Maybe she has a cousin who can, maybe she's on a tighter budget. She can only buy one thing, or it can be a larger order, somebody really maxing out our 2 and 4 sale. The nice thing is that when our hostesses get 10 orders, they double that to a $40 credit per order. And there's no cap, there's no limit on that. So with online shopping these days, and we all know that since COVID, since 2020, if you weren't an online shopper before, you are an online shopper right now. I don't know about you. Who shops online? Do me a favor real quick. Drop a 1. Oh, no, don't drop a 1 in the chat because we don't want to confuse our on-time drawing. Drop a 2 in the chat if you shop online. Drop a 2 in the chat for me. I will tell you, we all know that people shop online now. And so here's the really cool thing is that with your customers and then with your hostesses, you have this wide open market. It's not like it used to be where you could only...
This whole oh my God, you get the whole internet. It's online shopping. It's so special. And she at least is not making it seem unique. She's like, this is something that's been done. But to even bring it up and be like, everybody can shop through your link because online shopping, everyone knows how to do it. There's no need to bring that up. People are going to assume that they can purchase the products online. Nowadays, if you can't do that, that's weird. That's the strange part. So bringing it up as a tactic, as a positive thing, as a way to sell the business, not very unique and special and different.
Tap into the people that were in your geographic area. Right now, you can fly all over the country virtually and be able to be a hostess of your own or to have your own hostesses who are going to be able to tap into all of their entire network across the entire country. Now, that's what we have for our customers and for our hostesses. I will tell you that for our stylists, we have endless programs. There are way too many for me to be able to discuss all of them tonight because I do want to be respectful and mindful of your time.
Okay, talking about being respectful and mindful of your time over and over and over again, just fills up more time that you're taking away from the time that you apparently respect and value of my time. That's just kind of annoying. It's like, I'm so respectful and I value your time. I will be quick because I value and I respect your time. I know, you said it 3 times already. You don't have to keep saying how much you value my time. I'm aware, and by you talking about how much you value my time and how you won't take away from it, is taking away from my time and devaluing it.
The one thing that I will tell you is, number one, we have the most lucrative compensation plan in the industry. We pay 30 to...
Heard it before. We have heard so many times, over and over and over again, every MLM will talk about how amazing their compensation plan is because of the amount of percentage that they get back when they sell a product. And they will say like how you get between 35 and 50%, which, you know what, Monate does that. A lot of MLMs do between 35. I think 35 is maybe the higher end on some MLMs, but 25% to 35%. And then I believe because they have a higher price point, they can give more of a commission. So, and that's also, I think, maybe why they have a higher price point, is so they can give a higher commission, so they can attract more people to become a stylist to work for them. That's also a part of why I believe they do that.
We pay 30 to 50% on personal sales for our stylists, and you are paid weekly. You are paid weekly with a direct deposit into your account. It is not a PayPal account. It is not going to be on a check card or anything like that. You are getting cash direct deposit weekly into your bank account of choice. Now, like I said, we have stylist perks galore. We do 2 luxury travel trips a year. We just announced our next travel trip to Dublin, Ireland, and this is available for every single person in the company, including you if you started with Parkline. They are very, very doable, and we show you how to earn these trips.
The way that she made it seem, though, how I took it in at first was like, if you join this, then you will be able to go on this trip. That Parkline will pay for you to be able to go on this trip because you signed up to be a stylist, which that would be incredible. That would be awesome. But no, more than likely you have to hit a certain sales goal. You have to have a certain amount of recruits underneath you. You have to be in the business for a certain amount of time. All of those factors have to add up for you to then be eligible to go on this trip, where they will maybe pay for your airfare, your hotel, and that could be it. They don't pay for your food. They don't pay for you to travel to get to these places. None of that.
It is something that is wonderful. The other thing with our trips, you, yes, are able to take a spouse, a family member. You can also bring kids. We are a family business. That is something that is so important for us. We are family owned and operated, and we want to make sure that you get to bring your families with you on trips. If I could get everybody to mute, if you just hopped on, or if you're not muted, if you wouldn't mind muting so that we don't have too much background noise, that'd be awesome. The other programs that we have is that we also have other things like Rich Rewards Club. We have a program where you can earn over $1,100 in free jewelry every single month. This is jewelry for you to use for your shows. This is jewelry for you to use for yourself. Maybe you're like, I want some new jewelry for myself. This is jewelry for you to use for Christmas gifts. This is jewelry for you to use for birthday gifts. You can use it however you want to use it. And this is every single month in Parkline for $1,100 worth of jewelry. On top of that, we have things like a Mercedes car program where you can take the car or you can take the cash. And then we also have, I kind of briefly mentioned.
Okay, you know what? The fact that you get to pick whether you do the car or you instead take maybe the value of the car payment each month, I would definitely rather do that. But I wonder, like, if they highly push the car onto people so that, you know, you have the car, so it's like that item to hold you hostage in the MLM versus the monthly payment. They don't really have anything to hold you hostage, but it does sound better, and I do like that. I think that, is it Q Sciences that does that? I think instead of a car program, they give you like kind of like the value of a car payment every month, and instead they just give it to you as like a bonus each month, which again, sounds nice. It sounds very nice, but the amount of people that probably reach that rank that actually get that each month is a very small percentage of people. Because if everybody was able to get these things and everyone was a part of these car programs, there'd be a lot more white Mercedes on the streets than there are currently.
Our fundraising program, we have a 50% give back fundraising program so that you can partner with your favorite nonprofit, and we give 50% back of the sales to the organization You're making your commission on the other 50%, and you get to use 100% of the sales towards your Dublin trip, your Rich Rewards Club jewelry, all the other contests and recognition that we have. So that's the other thing too, is that you don't have to worry about making sure that you're wanting to partner and do fundraisers, but it's coming out of your pocket. You don't need money to come out of your pocket. We are all about helping you to make weekly paychecks and keep that money in your pocket. The other thing that is a real big difference maker for us, and I truly call it the heart of the company, and the reason why I say Park Lane is such a great company to partner with, and why I partnered with Park Lane over 14 years ago, is the people. We are the oldest direct sales jewelry company out there. We are getting ready to celebrate our 68th anniversary next month in August. We have had unbelievable explosive growth over the last 3 years. Before that, we had double-digit growth.
Let's see, the last 3 years would have been since COVID started. So unbelievable explosive growth because of a pandemic where many people in MLMs viewed that as a positive thing because people were losing their jobs and they could manipulate people to believe that they were starting their own business and a way to make money at home. And, wouldn't it be great if you just had a home business to start with? You would have never lost your job because you can't lose your job if it's an at-home job. If it's your own business, you can't lose it. Yeah, manipulating people and convincing them of something that isn't true. Yeah, that's a good way to get people involved, and that's the kind of business that you should totally be running. Yeah, I feel like COVID really exposed how predatory, manipulative MLMs are because they used COVID to their advantage like no other.
Every single year in the past before that. But we have had massive growth in the last 3 years, at times where it was even quadruple digit growth. And we are on the trajectory right now to actually increase that this year in 2023. One of the other things of why jewelry and why Park Lane is such a great thing right now too is the fact that analysts are actually saying that fashion jewelry sales are expected to increase by over $15 billion. Yeah, billion with a B, $15 billion by the year 2026.
Okay, yeah, but that's fashion jewelry as a whole. It's not Park Lane jewelry specifically. It's jewelry as a whole, which jewelry is an oversaturated market. You are competing with the abundance of jewelry companies that are out in the world with all different kinds of price ranges for people. So that's also the people that you are competing with. It's not just about I'm just in Park Lane, I just get to just sell Park Lane jewelry because jewelry is such, a $15 billion industry. That means that Park Lane jewelry specifically will just explode. No, jewelry as a whole may be exploding. I don't know if this is true or not. I feel like they will say this a lot in MLMs. They will say like the hair care industry is exploding, the fashion industry, the health and wellness industry is exploding. We hear that they take one statistic from one person and they grasp onto that and they're like, this is how I can use this to get people involved in my MLM.
This is a great time to be in this business, let me tell you. And you can just ask any of our stylists. And that is just shooting up. So it's a pretty cool time. Now, you may be asking yourself, what about timing? Everybody says timing's important. One of the things that I will tell you is we may be a company that is 68 years old, but you have the advantage of what I like to call a generational ground floor opportunity. And what I mean by that is that you have the stability of a 68-year-old business, of a company that has been there. They have done that. We have been through wars. We've been through recessions. We've been through a pandemic now. We've been through all the things. Our company is family owned and operated. It is run by the second and the third generation of the Levine family, and they know jewelry. It is their passion, it is their purpose, and it is their only business. And so they have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the stability of a 68-year-old company. However, there's a whole new generation. people who don't know who Park Lane is. And especially in this online and virtual world, that has never been more impactful right now. So
I feel like most companies that have been around for that amount of time are very well known. But unless I was in the MLM world, I don't know if I would have ever heard of Park Lane, which is interesting because, like I said at the very beginning, is that they are in the realm of like Tupperware, Mary Kay, Avon, Amway, which prior to being in the anti-MLM world, I knew those companies. I had heard of those companies before, but it wasn't until I entered the anti-MLM world and specifically, started talking about paparazzi, did I even hear about Park Lane Jewelry. So I find that very interesting that a company that's been around for so long, a part of the like major MLMs of the before times, before the social media times, I had never heard of. And I wonder if you guys had heard of Park Lane prior to, I guess, me talking about it, but maybe prior to the before times? Like, had you heard of them among the Mary Kays and the Tupperware and the Avons?
you have this opportunity right now for this to be a massive thing, be a blessing in your life, whatever that looks like for you. Now, I will tell you that right now we have a special going on where we are giving away.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
If I could get y'all to mute, or if one of our hosts could mute our speakers, just because we have a little bit of background noise. So why now? Right now, we have a special going on where you can get started for as little as $99. That's our starter kit. We have 3 different kit levels. We have a $99 kit, we have a $229 kit, and then we have a $639 kit. But right now, for as little as $9.
Oh, weird. I guess they have lowered the highest one because back, a few months ago it was 600, and didn't I say at the beginning of this we looked and it was 400? So I wonder if people were not buying the $600 one because, again, specifically right now and just with time and in general, a lot of people don't have $600 in disposable income to be investing it in an MLM business. They barely have $100 to be doing that.
$99, you can get started with $500 in jewelry. We let you choose your jewelry, so you can choose your favorites. You get to choose what earrings, what necklace, what bracelet you want to wear. And then on top of that, you also are going to get a website that is going to be your personal website that you can take orders 24/7 and get paid weekly on. And you have that website that's included as well. We also include all of your training, your support. You have an incredible training team here. You have an incredible support team and resources here within this amazing team, and they can help support you in whatever it is that you want to do, whether you want to just kind of try things on for size, kind of dabble in the business, focus on a specific, goal or bill, or if you have a really big dream and you want to let Park Lane support that dream for you. Now, we also have something that's extra special right now, and this is a limited offer right now. And that is, right now, the company is doing a special for $100 in free extra jewelry that will be added to your kit. So for $99, you could get started. You would get $600 worth of jewelry rather than $500 worth of jewelry, your full personal website. You would have a full support team that would be helping you launch, helping you get.
The only things they could talk about when it comes to the starter kit is obviously putting more jewelry into the starter kit, because they can't add any other things that are on top of it. Like, you still get the website, you get all these people who are willing to help you and all these trainings and all this. Yes, they all have that. Even if you started with like any MLM, it comes with all the trainings and all the support and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. The only thing they can truly add is just more jewelry into it to incentivize people, I guess, that way.
Started and helping you to find the success, whatever it looks like for you.
What would be really cool is if, like, for a limited time, if you were to spend $100 on the first starter kit, if you get more commission back on your sales. And instead of the starting of 35%, 30 or 35%, it's 40 or 45. I think that would be something really good. But of course, they're not going to do that, because that would show that maybe they cared a little bit about the people that joined. Crazy. They don't care about them.
In Park Lane. So that is some of the reasons why it's such a great time right now. We just launched our brand new collection, as you know, just this past week in Park Lane, and it is getting rave reviews. Now, I will tell you,
Rave reviews from actual customers or rave reviews from people who paid to be in the business and promote the product? I'd really like to know the difference if the rave reviews are coming from outside the triangle and not within the triangle.
it is going to be, you get to choose your color, but it is going to be the impression necklace. We have 6 different colors. So you need to let your stylist know your name, your address, and you need to let them know what color you would like. So it is going to be your choice of color. And like I said, this is the red here, so sparkly. Here's the jet black here, but it does come in 6 different colors. So let us know what color you would like. And I'm so excited for all of you who are going to be hopping on board with us. This is a great time to be looking at Park Lane and to be jumping in. You truly, I know it sounds cliche, but I promise you, it will be one of the smartest decisions you've ever made.
Oops, I had to unmute. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I know for me and many, many others, it has been one of the best decisions that we've ever made. So we hope to have you here and this amazing group. And before you all leave, I wanted to make sure, and I'm actually going to repost because it kind of got bumped up to the top of the chat. But if everyone, before you go, this is what I recommend doing so that you don't miss out on that bejeweled necklace. Go to the chat box. If you're a guest, click that link, fill out our free necklace night survey. And oh, you do? Okay, let's go.
Love about
We
this
gotta go.
business.
We gotta go pee pee. So anyway, fill out the survey, and then we will pull a winner tomorrow for our free necklace night. Thank you, ladies, so much. And also, the survey link will post in our team party group at 8 p.m. as well. Good night.
Bye, Park Lane ladies. Okay, so the why Park Lane, strangely enough, sounded like the why join blank MLM. It was no different. And I thought maybe they might play into the whole we've been around for a very long time. She did a little bit, but it was interesting that she almost downplayed that, more than I thought that she would, because it was like, oh, we've been around for a very long time, but like a lot of people haven't heard about us, and that's what's the good thing, is that people haven't heard about us. But for me, if I had a business and it had been around within my family for 65 years, I'd want it to be pretty well known. I'd want a lot of people to know about it. I'd want it to be pretty well heard of, and yet it probably really isn't. And it's like, oh, we're established, but don't worry, because you haven't heard about us. That's what makes it the best time to join. Also, making jewelry consumable, questionable. That's a very questionable thing, because I personally don't deem a $200 bracelet, necklace, earrings it's just a consumable thing that you just purchase month after month after month. That's what I was going to go with. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna go. Alright, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really, really like it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything Park Lane jewelry in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!